We're here at BoucherCon
Yes,
in Raleigh.
we are.
What is-
1,400 mystery enthusiasts are gathered here this weekend.
Well, and they've honored you.
Well, I'm one of the honorees, yes.
As a
They're
lifetime
giving me a
achievement.
lifetime achievement. This is my third lifetime achievement. I think they're trying to tell me something, JC.
You've got 9 lives.
It's time to stop writing, maybe. I don't know.
Well, along those lines, you have this book, which you are talking to us on North Carolina Bookwatch about later on, Long Upon the Land.
Yeah.
This is your last book in this 20-book series.
Yes.
Well, Deborah Knott is like,
She's family.
well, she's family, but she's also a North Carolina icon like William Friday or like Billy Graham or about all of
I wish.
but you're
Yeah.
putting to bed
Yes.
a person who's very important to a lot of North Carolinians. Why are you doing this?
This is exactly the reaction I've been getting. I have had such wonderful, wonderful letters and comments about, people from Kansas, people from Chicago say, I feel like I'm part of the family. It's like a death in the family to know no more Deborah Knott.
You're smiling. I don't see any tears coming out, though.
No, it's been a good run.
What's going to be better about your life without Deborah Knott being a part of it, and what's going to be not
Well,
as
what's
good?
going to be better is that I don't have any more deadlines. Well, I didn't plan to have any more deadlines. Let me tell you. I said, I'm finished, no more deadlines, no more contracts. I'm going back to the short story form. That's where I started. That's where I'm going to end up. But there was something about one of my New York characters, Sigrid Harrell, who is a New York homicide detective, and I had an idea, a germ of an idea for a short story. So I started writing a short story about her, and it wanted to be a book. It kept expanding. I was up to like 5,000 words, and we hadn't even gotten to the body yet.
You hadn't gotten to the body.
Well, we had, but we hadn't learned who they were. And so I mentioned it to my editor. I thought I was going to write a short story, but it looks like it wants to be a book. And she said, great. And she mentioned it to my editor. And my editor said, we'll publish it your deadline is March of 2016, and we'll publish it in 2017.
So your
back
agent,
to a deadline again.
bid on this,
Yes.
sold it to the editor, but the editor adds a deadline to it. Well,
Yes.
that seems like a reasonable deadline.
I'm talking next March.
Yeah, okay.
And I have 6,000 words on a 70,000 book. It's going to be a busy winter.
So does this make you wish that you had stuck with Deborah Knott, whom you are familiar with, and you could meet it? You have completely lost the reason that you suspended this series of not having to write for deadlines. It's all gone now. Do you wish that you had made a different decision?
No, I've finished with her. I really have. I think I have said everything. I may occasionally write a short story about her, but really to fill in gaps from earlier years. But I really have brought her where she needs to be, and I can leave her there with a clear conscience.
Well, tell us then what you will about the challenges that you have in writing this new book with Sigrid Harrell. And this is like returning to your roots because
I
she
know.
was your starting
First
point.
real character. Well, with the Sigrid Harrell character, I send Deborah Knott and her husband to New York. And of course there's a murder, and of course Sigrid Harrell is the one who investigates, okay? So with the buzzard table, I brought Sigrid down to Colleton County. But this book will fill in, it will be before Deborah met her. So it'll fill in an area right after the last book that came out 10 years ago. Yeah.
So maybe Deborah Knott will work her way back in since she's
she's pretty pushy, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, what else are you going to do with your?
I'm telling you, short stories. I've got several in mind, plots, And also, I have been thinking about doing a series of linked short stories set in 197 AD.
I wish we had more time to talk about that. Will you come back and tell us about these?
When it comes out, I'll come back and talk to you about
Margaret Maron, thank you for introducing us to Deborah Knott and for sharing it with us.
It's been fun.
And congratulations again on being honored by your colleagues
Thank
at
you.
Goucher County.
Thank you.